Hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody going? Oh, yeah, how's everybody going? Oh, it's what, 1949, still the 20th, Saturday, and we still got the aircon on. What time did we shut it off the first time? 6? Yeah, between 5:30 and 6, man. That's what time we usually shut it down. I don't know what the deal is. When's last we had what rain in September? Last time we had rain.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it's like still no rain. I don't know, man. It's hot. Yeah, we're sitting there watching ER. You like ER, don't you?
It's not better than Good Doctor. Good Doctor is just like a
Yeah, you ever see that show, The Good Doctor? Miles don't like it. She says the guy, the main, what's his name? Sheldon. Is it Sheldon?
sure.
Sean. Yes, Sheldon. Sean, she says he gets on their nerves. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you all feel about that show, Good Doctor. Another show I don't like very much either is what's that other one? Grey's Anatomy. That show's so phony, ain't it?
Some I cannot remember anymore what are those.
Yeah, I don't know if and it's not because she's a woman. It has nothing to do with it, man. It's you have somebody that comes there to do an internship, and in a couple of years she's a doctor, and then she's the head of the department, and then she owns the hospital. Well, she runs the hospital. You know, and it just seems. I mean, in the very beginning, when the original characters, like that Asian woman, what was her name? The Asian doctor, the one that left. I can't remember her name. Remember her friend? She was Asian.
I cannot remember.
Yeah, I just think the original, including her, whatever her name, I don't remember. What was her name?
I cannot remember the Asian.
No, what's the female, the main character? I can't remember her name.
I just only remembered some of their family names.
Yeah, it was just a lot of drama. You know, a lot of drama. It was just, I don't know. If some people might like it, that's good for them. I mean, I must have watched all the series of House. How many times? 2 or 3 times? I love that show, House, man. I don't know about y'all, but if I'm really sick, I think I would want a doctor like him, House. Gregory House. You know? He was a good doctor. Huh? You know, I read that that's about an actual doctor in Boston, Massachusetts. Is that true? I don't know, but it's based on a true person. But no, yeah, it's based on a true person. Do I think it is? I don't. I really could care less. So this is what we do on a Saturday night in the Philippines, right? Yeah, I had Mucky outside, and Mucky doesn't even want to stay. This is the time of night he likes to be outside. I have to get him in the house usually about 9 o'clock. If I get him in the house, if I try to bring him in earlier than that, then sometime on the middle of the night he wants to go outside to go potty. So I try to leave him outside to about 9. It's 1953 now, and he's laying right there. He made me laying on the couch. And there's my electrical box sitting in the corner waiting for the electrician to put it in. Miles is concerned about it. She's saying it's bigger than the other one. I said, yeah, we're upgrading.
You should get only the 14.
What's that one's a 16.
Yeah.
It's only about that much bigger. It's not that much, you know what I mean? And I asked him, and I asked the electrician, I said, what one could I get? And he said the 12, the 14, or the 16. They have bigger ones, but there ain't no need for that big. And like we discussed before, I was saying, you know, say we decided we get tired of the low water pressure, okay? And we decide, and we got a deep well, and we decide to put our own water system in, you know, with a pump. You're gonna need a breaker for that? No. And if we ever get, no, we don't need a breaker for that. I'm not gonna bring that up. I was gonna say, and if we decide to get Skylink, or Starlink, whatever, I think it's Skylink. If we ever decide to get that, but we don't need its own breaker, you just plug that into it. It's up to 220. Yeah, the electricity here is 220 at 60 hertz. The UK is 220 at 50 hertz. Do you know that?
UK.
Yeah, UK, like England and Scotland. Yeah, when I was living in Scotland, people, just for try to explain this to me, people, okay? People would go out, okay, and buy a big transformer, okay, it downgrades it from 220 to 110, but the problem is you can't upgrade the hertz. It stays at 50 hertz, okay? They would go out and buy one of them for their alarm clock. I just went out and spent like five or 10 pounds, I can't remember exactly, for one of their alarm clocks. And then when I was leaving the UK, I knew I had some Scottish friends. I said, here, you want this alarm? Everything that I bought there, because I was there for 4 years, everything that I bought there, I just gave it to somebody, you know, that, you know, at the 220 or 50. But people went out and bought. The only thing I did buy inverter for was for my washing machine and dryer. And it ran fine. People were saying, oh, it ain't gonna run because it's 50 hertz, not 60. It ran fine. But if you plugged in your alarm clock, if you had a American alarm clock and you plugged it into the inverter, I know you all don't care, but I'm talking anyway. You plugged it in there, you always lost time. You lost about, I think it was a half an hour a day you would lose time, you know. So every night before you went to bed, you had to fix the time on it. So, and you always woke up early. So I just went out and bought a cheap radio clock at the downtown Dunoon for like 5-10 pounds, I don't remember. Yeah, I don't understand why they did that. And the inverters cost like, I think they're like 40 or 50 bucks at the exchange, Navy Exchange. Yeah, I had a good time when I was in Scotland, man. I learned a lot about myself too. Learned a lot about myself when I was living in Scotland. And I found out what people are really all about, you know. No, I wasn't a victim and they weren't victims. It was an eye-opening experience. If anybody ever could visit Scotland, visit them, man. It's a beautiful country. So is Ireland. I used to take a train once in a while from who was it? I can't remember the name, but you just had to take the ferry from Dunoon across the water to Calmac, across the water, and then hop in a taxi to the train station and be able to get a train going to London. Spend the weekend in London. Went to Paris once. You ever been to Paris? I noticed though, the people in France, man, They hate Americans. They hate Americans. They do. You know that? The French, they hate them. But actually, they hate everybody. They even hate the English. Because one time I was going, how I got to France is I went to London. And then me and two other people, and then we caught the ferry going across the English Channel. And one of the friends was an English guy, a Brit. And yeah, it just seemed like they don't like French. The French don't like anybody. You know that?
Why they don't like?
I don't know. I don't know. We were sitting there. We were sitting in a restaurant. We usually stayed at the Hotel La Farm, La Farm, okay. And right down the road was, like a 2-minute walk. There was a restaurant there. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but it just seemed purposely. We went in there for breakfast and usually for dinner. Lunch, we'd be walking around. We stop and get something to eat, and it seemed like purposely they took their time serving us, man. It was like, and we'd sit down at the table, lady come over, and they wouldn't. He just felt the attitude, And then they give you the menu, and they had menus that were in English, then they had menus that were in French, okay? And they always gave us even though as many times we went in there, they give us the menu that had French writing on it, right? And be like, I need the one in English. And I'm so sorry. And then they give us that. They just, it was just like, we left good tips, We all left good tips. We used to piss them off though. Probably this is why we would tip them in British pounds. You think that would got them mad? But actually, and the British pound was always strong. When I was living in Scotland, it was always 2 to 1. For £1 it was $2. So the pound was always strong, and it's still strong. I'm just curious where they have it backed by. Is it backed? Is they like the United States, just print money and don't worry about it, or do they actually have like gold or silver or something like that backing it? What is back in the currency? Do they have it backed by gold, or do they have it backed by the gold standard or the silver standard, or you don't know? The U.S. used to have the gold standard, and then they did away with that, and I don't know what the hell, I guess. Yeah. So we'll sit here till about. I found out though. We used to go to bed. I don't know why, but we used to go to bed. Go to sleep around 8:30, and we get up at 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Well, now we go to bed around 9:30, 10. Miles is usually in bed between 9 and 9:30. Okay, and I'm usually in bed between 9:30 and 10, and I still get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I feel better. You know what I mean? I don't feel tired or like God, I want to go back to sleep. How about you? Huh?
Just 6 hours sleep is okay.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'm good on 6 to 7 hours of sleep. I mean, we don't use up a bunch of energy. We're not out working anymore. We're retired. But Miles is always doing something. In the morning, she's out working on the garden, and then she's going from there. As far as she's always got to be in the kitchen cooking something for a snack. A snack. And she got upset with me a couple of days ago when I ate a bowl of cereal for lunch. Did you ever get in the mood just to eat cereal? I could eat a bowl of cereal for dinner. How about you? And I like cereal. I don't like candy cereal, okay? I don't like Cocoa Puffs or anything. I used to like, is it Trix? The one that were different colors and they were like a round ball. Yeah, it was the rabbit Trix. I think it was Trix. I used to like them, but can't buy that here. And I notice here, man, the cereal boxes, it's like they're very cheaply. In other words, you don't get that much cereal for much, you know what I mean? That's why everything's cheap here, man. It's the portion sizes. Don't let people bullshit. It's the portion sizes. You know, you get what you pay for. You know, like, hey, the average, like that place right before the market, right on the corner there. How much do you think they charge for their meals? 20, 30 pesos?
This one.
The one where all the tricycle drivers. Like 20, 30 pesos at that.
Maybe.
It's not miles.
You cannot, not unless you just only get noodles.
Well,
That is the cheapest.
they eat tons of rice here, okay? They eat tons of it. And I've noticed a lot of these eateries here, and I'm not knocking it, it's the way it is. It is what it is. They'll have this big mound of rice and a very small portion of whatever, a vegetable, or they eat a lot of vegetables here. They eat a lot of vegetables. You know, and pork. Not a lot of pork, but they eat pork. Mostly vegetables and fish, right? Yeah. But also keep in mind, Badak's basically a farming community, right?
Farmer.
Farming community.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, a lot of people live in this town. If you go to the outskirts of town, there's a lot of farmland. Well, a lot of the folks that live in the town own that land, and they farm it. And some of the other folks are fishermen, and they go down, you know, they drive down the road to the ocean and they go fishing. Well, yeah. Look at Mimi. She is out. Monkey is out. So Mimi's out. Her belly is full. All right, man.
Meat muff. Meat muff.
Why are you messing with him? Why are you messing with him?